guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. As promised, I was going to discuss obstacles with you today to try to help you guys overcome things in your life that are causing issues and preventing you from growing as an individual, especially when you are coming off of alcohol or coming out of some type of other addiction. So, with my alcohol recovery, not only was I able to reconnect with myself and kind of find things to focus on that were better for me and healthier for me. One of the things that I had always put off was going to school to be a personal trainer and to actually pursue being a personal trainer. So my passion in life is actually training people and helping them become stronger both in and outside of the gym. Contrary to popular belief, weightlifting and strength training and making the gym a healthy habit, daily habit of your life is not just about looking good. It's kind of one of the positives that come out of it, but it's not the only thing that it helps you do. It helps to grow your confidence. It helps you tackle problems in life because you're overcoming something. A lot of times people will join the gym as a way to challenge themselves, especially people who are already, pretty healthy and maybe want to get stronger or, just become physically better. There's also people who, like my clients, who are on weight loss journeys, and over the months of working with them, I can see them really blossom and see their confidence level go up, their self-esteem go up. They're able to tackle problems better because their endorphins are elevated, and they're also more relaxed. They're able to feel a lot less stressed out about things, and it kind of makes problems seem more manageable. Even just day-to-day work problems, stuff like that. I also know a lot of people who go to the gym regularly as a way to manage their anxiety. So they may or may not be on prescription drugs and also getting kind of cognitive therapy or some other type of counseling, but they're also using the gym as a way to manage their anxiety. So I actually know a few people who go literally every day specifically to manage their anxiety. So long story short, that aside, that's just kind of like a little tidbit on that. I could talk about that forever. Managing obstacles. So, when I was addicted to alcohol, again, my excuse was always, I'm an adult, I can do what I want. And so, because I was working full time and paying all my bills and everything, I thought that was it, that's what you have to do to be a productive adult. But I wasn't happy, but I couldn't put my finger on, why I wasn't happy. So being rid of the addiction really helped me to have time, honestly, because when you're addicted to a substance, you waste so much time that, it's lose your drug of choice, become intoxicated, disappear for however long, wake up in the morning, perhaps be a functioning adult, and then go come home, lose your drug of choice, get up, go to work. So one thing that was a constant was going to the gym, and over the years, what have I done to bring this down to me? I mean, maybe it's some people it's good, but for me, it's kind of like the dream job. Like, wow, I'm doing really well. I'm just saying it's an example of a job. There's, other people that love being project managers, and that's great and good for you. If that makes you happy. It did not make me happy, me personally. And it was scary. I mean, when I was because I went from making, a good living and being able to not bat an eyelash at dropping $500 at a store or whatever. Not that I would do that, but I'm saying, like, I had the ability to do that, right? And then to, okay, now I'm literally going to make, I did the numbers, it was like 56% less. So I was scared, because it was a huge change. However, because I had overcome a couple other obstacles, because it's kind of like a cumulative effect, it was scary, but, like, it felt good. And, like I said, now I'm so much happier. So you really have to outweigh the negatives and the positives. You know what I mean? Like, for me, I was having suicidal thoughts every day. I wasn't happy. I was miserable. So it's like no-brainer, right? So if you're not happy, you need to make changes. And the thing is, the only person, and I'm sure you've heard this, the only person who's responsible for your happiness is you. There's nobody else on this planet who can make you happy. Granted, like, you have your support team, right? Like, you have your parents, you have your best friend, your aunties, uncles, whoever, your loved one. But they aren't responsible for you. You're responsible for you. So if you have an obstacle, you need to remove it. I mean, it's as simple as that. Will it take time sometimes? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my journey has been well over 2 years, and, a lot of my clients, I see a lot of myself in them from a few years ago when I was really depressed and unhappy and making excuses. And I'm not saying they all do. But, like, I see myself in them because I get it. I get where you're at because I was there, and I can totally relate. And the thing is, they look at me and they're like, wow, you have an awesome husband, you have a great house, blah, 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 like, you love your job, you come in every day with a smile on your face. And that, again, that did not happen overnight. This has been a long process. And, I had my first drink when I was 15. So I didn't quit until, I was 30, almost 30. It wasn't a struggle the entire time of my life. I mean, I honestly can't even say that. I mean, I can't say I consciously was like, hey, I'm going to quit alcohol when I was like 17, but I can tell you that at 17 it fucked up my life. I was with someone who didn't love me, who disrespected me, who punched me in the face, who, took my virginity. I was way too young. I shouldn't have been having sex. Like, I wasn't ready for that kind of commitment. But when you're that young, you think it's okay. Plus the drugs and the alcohol ended up just, you know what I mean? And, like, thankfully I came out okay. But, like, think about that. Like, it took me from, let's say, 17 to 30 to finally be like, okay, I want to get my shit together. You know what I mean? Like, your life doesn't have to be like that. You don't have to wait till you're 30 to get your shit together. If you do, that's fine. Like, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, I'm glad I got my shit together. But, like, if you're watching this and you're in your teens or in your early 20s or even your 40s, like, stop making excuses for not being happy. Like, oh, well, he blah, blah, blah. He and I have been together for whatever long. Like, who cares? Does he abuse you? Does he not love you? Does he not care for you? Does he not put a roof over your head or, like, communal, like, you know what I mean? Like, you both contribute, but, like, if you're with someone who doesn't make you feel good, that's not love. That's abuse. Like, if you have someone who hangs things over your head or brings up old shit or makes you feel guilty, like, that's not love. Love makes you feel safe. Love makes you feel happy. Especially safe. Safety is so important. Like, I know if I had an issue and I called my husband, he would be there like that. Like, no questions asked. And when I was 17, I remember I was supposed to be visiting my family, like, however long of a flight away, right? So I had to take a plane. And I got stuck at the airport because there was a snowstorm, like a really, really bad snowstorm, and I couldn't get home. So I called my boyfriend at the time, and do you think he gave a shit about me? No. Because it was over 2 hours away, and, you know, it was too inconvenient for him, and this and that, and blah, 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 and the other thing. I remember calling my father, and my father was like, so where's so-and-so? Like, why aren't they coming and getting you? And I'm like, yeah, he's busy, or whatever I said. You know what I mean? Like, that's not love. So, and the thing is, I had so many relationships like that. And most recently, before I met my husband, I was in a really, really abusive relationship. And I feel like I hate that person. I hope they get hit by a fucking train, because they ruined my life. Like, literally ruined it. And I know, like, a lot of people would probably watch that and be like, oh, well, that's not good for your healing. Like, that's what I have to say about that. Because, you know, this person assaulted me, and, like, there's literally no karma for them. There's no payback for them. Nothing. The only thing that gives me solace is knowing that, like, how successful and happy I am. How fucking happy I am. Like, so, like, fuck them. Like, they're obviously not a happy person to be able to treat another human being like that. But I can honestly say that having gone through that experience, like, I feel like it really messed me up. Like, I had PTSD and all this crazy shit. But in retrospect, like, I think I needed that to be able to be like, hold on, like, this is my life. I don't want this to be my life. Like, how can I make this better? You know, so I ended up going to an Al-Anon meeting. And so, you know, over time, I started putting pieces together and figuring out how to get better and how to treat myself better and how to love myself and get over my insecurities and let shit go. And, you know, because I can tell you, for one thing, if someone loves you, then they're not going to control you. They're going to trust you and know that you're going to look out for them, right? But on the other hand, you have to be able to provide that level of safety and comfort as well on your end. So you can't be putting them in a position where they don't feel comfortable. But it's mutual, you know what I mean? Like, if I told my husband, like, hey, I got this really great gig, like, it's $50 an hour because I do makeup on the side, and I'm like, but it's, you know, it's on a porno shoot, like, it's literally gonna be for pornography, like, is that okay? Like, he would be, like, totally fine with it, because he trusts me, and he loves me, and he knows that I wouldn't disrespect him, you know, which, I mean, if you know anything about that industry, that's not what would happen anyways. If you're a makeup artist, you just do the makeup. But anyways, yeah, so that's the whole thing. And, like, I do a little bit of adult entertainment modeling on the side, and he trusts me because he knows that, like, I'm there to make money. I'm not there to do anything else. But I've had experiences with partners in the past where, you know, they don't trust me. And it's a horrible feeling to not be trusted, especially when you're not doing anything to merit that. So, the whole thing is, whatever you have to do to make you happy, because we only have this one life, and nobody knows what happens after we die. Nobody knows. I mean, I'm sure there's people who watch this, they're like, oh, well, I believe in God and this and that. I mean, yeah, okay, you're entitled to your belief, but really can't prove to me what happens after, because there's no evidence. So the way I see it is, use the time you have now the most to whatever avail makes you happy. If that means, like, painting friggin' bunnies and friggin', you know what I mean? Like, whatever makes you friggin' happy, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else, like, do it. And if there's things or people preventing you from doing that, then, you know, as Beyonce says, bye boy. So anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. I hope it helps. I know I kind of ranted a little bit, but I also gave you guys some more backstory on me. If you do have any questions or anything, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I would be happy to answer them. Or if you have any ideas for a video, you know, definitely put that in the comments as well. Alright, I'll see you guys later.